And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. I apologize for the extended break. Feels bad, man. I think we were on a break for like an hour and a half, almost 2 hours. It was crazy. But we have returned. We have StarCraft. It exists. We have it available to you, and it's coming soon, TM.
we most likely probably have a StarCraft game for you. It is going to be a matchup that we haven't had yet tonight, so I'm excited to have something a little bit different. It's not a Zerg for you, unfortunately. But, I mean, after seeing how that ZVP went, how long that ZVP went, I'm not sure if I mind that too much.
Smoge, Poppy. There's a reason why the hoodie is up, alright? We're smoging today because... !B in the chat if you guys want to have a look at the bracket yourselves. We have had some eliminations. Players have been getting knocked out left and right from the tournament. This is day one. This is the first round, and we already have some big names falling. Both Armani and Scarlet are out of IEM Katowice.
Yeah, Scarlet being taken out there by Cham, but there's a bit of a developing storyline there. Cham going up against Harstem now, and bit of a dark horse there, Cham.
Oh my god, we were talking about it before we went on the long and extended break. We didn't even know if we would come back to you.
It's been years.
It's been years, Papi. Oh my god. I've had 2 wives and a couple of kids since the last time we spoke. Oh my god. But yeah, we were able to cast Harstem versus Cham at Home Story Cup, and there was a bit of an upset there. It was a best of 2, to be fair, but in the best of 2, Cham 2-0'd Harstem, so it's going to be interesting to see how the rematch unfolds. I know Cham has a very unique style, especially with Swarm Hosts, which is how he was able to catch Harstem off guard with Nidus play as well. But you can only do that once to a kind of player like Harstem, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. Harstem definitely the kind of player who would do his research. Something that he is well known for is really like looking deeply into different problems, trying to find ways to address things that are a little bit more outside the box. We saw it with Mio Micah when Mio Micah was able to defeat Harstem. In that same tournament, Harstem was able to adapt his style and find an answer. So there is that possibility, but I say that
we got the results.
The result has come through.
Let's go. I believed, Papi. I believed. As we were talking, as we were here on break, Cham already 2-0'd Harstem.
Mate, that is crazy. Very fast 2-0 coming out from Cham there, and that's Harstem out of the tournament.
He's got Harstem's number, man. 2 series in a row, he 2-0's Harstem. That's crazy. Yeah, Harstem may be having a little bit of a blind spot to Cham's style, and to be fair, Cham does have a very unique style to his EVP.
Yeah, I mean, what a year for Cham so far. Getting some very nice results already with a 2-0, Scarlet 2-0 over Harstem. He was already looking in fantastic form towards the end of the last year, and he is really becoming a contender on the World Surge.
Yeah, I mean, Cham, he is el champion, Bob. You know, he is the representative of the Latin American region, or at least in the most recent DreamHack.
Becoming so, yeah.
He's getting there, Bob. He's getting there. So. Yeah, very impressive results. This just coming in as well. It looks like Ryung did 2-0 Coffee as well. So my condolences to Coffee. Quite a fast TVT there, actually. I wouldn't be surprised if there was a little bit of cheese involved as well. So yeah, one after another, these pro players, they're falling.
Yeah, arguably a little bit more of an expected result. Ryung versus Coffee. Ryung extremely strong in TVT. So that was always going to be a bit of a difficult matchup there for Coffee, but that does mean that we have, Ryung going on to face Cham, and that could go either way, honestly. I know Ryung is a very strong defensive player and not necessarily Cham's strongest matchup, but they're going to be exciting games.
I am so jealous. of whoever cast that series. I want to be there. I want to bear witness to Ryung versus Cham. It does hurt a little bit. I'm a massive fan. I love both Ryung and Cham for different reasons, but I do appreciate both of them, and it is a shame that they have to go at each other's throats and only one of them can move on, and that's not even a qualifying match.
Yeah. I mean, this bracket is absolutely ruthless. Such good players in this round of 36, and as they start to drop off, we are getting a real idea of just how competitive this bracket is. I mean, yeah, Ryung and Cham going to be going on, and whoever wins out of that going to be facing the loser of a Laser vs Classic, so things do not get any easier.
Yeah, exactly. Just brutal match after brutal match. We kind of glossed over it as well, but we didn't even get to mention him. Of course, we casted Ryung versus T-Ball. T-Ball was eliminated as well. But Zan versus Haas. Haas also eliminated from this tournament. To be fair, he's more of a wild card. He's not the most consistent player, but he was definitely someone who could really shake up a bracket and could kind of take down some big names.
Yeah, absolutely. Haas is always one that we have our eyes on, and Zaun taking the 2-1 over him, definitely going to be a big relief for Zaun. That's a pretty scary player to be matched up against in PvP, that's for sure.
Definitely. Haas is terrifying. Doesn't matter who you are, the Haas factor can always come in and take you down if you're not looking. So yeah, Haas also eliminated, Armani as well. We do see some other series are underway. We do apologize for how late our series is. We are the last series to start in that lower bracket. I think by the time we do start, every other matchup may just be done, which is brutal. But there does seem to be a couple of technical issues, a couple of issues at the event itself. So because of that, things have been delayed, and we're just waiting to resolve everything to make sure that, you know, everything is working as intended for our players.
Maybe Kura is helping him.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't really get to talk much about it. We didn't mention it during the Pondcast a couple of days ago, but Kuro, one of the Ducklings, is actually working live at the event, as she's from Poland, and ESL did reach out to her to help out locally as a referee. So she's there in the player pit amongst them, making sure that everything's okay and nothing's on fire.
They behave. I think it'll be a walk in the park after having to take care of us on our cast.
True. Yeah, she's been forged in the flames of the CranKy Ducklings broad of WTL. Oh my god, and yeah, WTL is something else. Oh boy, I like this. If you're watching though, and if you want to tune into some VODs, just make sure you're in a not safe for work environment when you consume those
Get
VODs.
comfy.
Yeah, just get into bed and just let it happen. But of course, before that happens, we still have one final series for us. I believe this will be our last series for the night. The rest of the streams are going to continue on, but when it comes to the D stream, they only required us to be here for 5 series.
Yeah, so they will be putting us away, but that does mean that, you know, you can get all comfy. You can watch your Ryung versus Cham, hopefully.
Hopefully. I'm worried that they may start it while we're casting this PvP, which it could happen. But yeah, after this series, we will join everyone else in the crowd. We'll join you guys in the Twitch chat or the YouTube chat. Bearing in mind there is a YouTube stream now as well for the main stream, so we'll be able to be there. And yeah, Asher, I have to ask you, what's your plan? For those wondering, it is almost 3 a.m. here in Australia. We are both Aussies. We're Aussie boys. Are you going to try and stay up as much as you can? Like, what's the plan here for IEM Katowice?
I do have work tomorrow, but I feel like I'm going to be pretty high on energy at the end of the cast, so kind of thinking of making a snack.
What kind?
Maybe a Nutella sandwich.
Oh yeah. An ice cream Vegemite sandwich.
I don't think I'm gonna have to be eating one of those.
Oh, we'll see. We'll see. Okay, we'll see. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm in the same boats. I'm probably gonna get some cereal after this or something. Like
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good call.
Yeah. Wait.
What's your cereal preferences?
What's my cereal preference?
Yeah, this matters a lot to me.
I mean, I can't go wrong with Crunchy Nut. You know Crunchy Nut?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's
I stay Crunchy Nut dry. If I couldn't find the milk, I'd just eat it dry.
You're an animal. I haven't gone
But
that
there's,
far, but it's pretty good.
I feel like, so there's two camps of people. There's the people who like, you know, the quote unquote healthy cereals, like the brands and like the ones with the little bits of fruit in them and stuff. Yeah, or Weet-Bix. That doesn't even count. It's too boring. You have like the ones like the Just Right or like Sultana brand or something like that, the ones with little bits of fruit in them. And then you have the people who like Cheerios and like Milo.
Yeah.
I feel like Crunchy Nut is like the bridge where they meet in the middle.
It is. It's deceptive.
It's the holy grail.
It's deceptive because it's not really a bridge. It is like full of sugar.
Yeah.
But
I mean the healthy ones are too.
Yeah, true. Yeah, it's all sugar, mate. But it's deceptive because it's like it looks like cornflakes, right? And cornflakes is like Weet-Bix, you know, it's like bland, it's healthy because you can make it healthy if you want. Like by adding fruit and all this stuff. So it looks like that. It's like a changeling, you know, but really it's just pumped full of sugar. It's great. It's beautiful.
It's basically just sweets.
Yeah.
But in breakfast form.
Oh my god.
Beautiful.
I used to have that almost just every day, Crunchy Nut. That was
me too. I remember at school, in between classes, I would eat either oats or Crunchy Nut.
Oh my god, yeah. When I was a kid, Fruit Loops was the go-to, but that's just
really that's a bit much.
It is too much. Yeah, nowadays, like in current era, I look at it and it's like, how I could never do that to myself, because that's like
makes your tongue tingle. It's like a chemical.
It's
weird.
It's gonna kill you. It's
and everything will.
It's true.
All right, but here we go. We are just, of course, trying to kill a bit of time here because we still are awaiting those players. The small tech issues just being figured out by the staff on the ground there, and it looks like we finally have the go. So here we are. We have your PvP on the way.
Oh, let's go, Papi. Let's go. We are just waiting for the green lights before we get into our PvP. NightMare versus Nice. Oh boy, I can't wait to sink my teeth into this. Ah, you can hear the beeps. We're getting into game number 1.
Beautiful. Here we go. Both players ready to go. NightMare versus Nice. It is the showdown of the Protosses whose name starts with an N-I.
Oh. Gone. It's that late. It's gone.
It's gotten too late.
Yeah. The brain is gone, Papi, as we are loading on in to our first game of this series, and spawning in the top right hand corner of Royal Blood, we have the South Korean Protoss player. It is NightMare.
And in the bottom left-hand corner of the map, it is our Taiwanese Protoss in the blue, representing Good Game Gaming. This is Nice.
GGG. Oh, we have finally made it here. We finally have a PvP before us, and I know you were a little bit concerned coming into this. I know that Nice, he's more he's more of the yin, you know, he's more of the standard kind of Protoss player, and I would typically be worried as well. I'd be right there with you, but thankfully he's up against one of the more aggressive Protoss players out there in Korea.
Yeah, if Nice is the peace, NightMare is the war. We do have a bit of the yin and yang here. NightMare, a very aggressive, a very creative PvP player. And we are seeing, yeah, the first thing I'm noticing straight away, we have 2 gate openings once again. The ramps are gone, the natural ramps.
The ramps are gone, Spappy. In the previous season, the previous map pool, there were so many natural ramps. It was insane. The norm in PvP was gate expands, but that is slowly being phased out. There are still those maps that you can do that on, but so far these 2 players are not feeling too fond of that. They are going for their 2 gate openers.
Yeah, so there we go. We are going to be seeing 2 gate openers coming out from both players. I would often expect NightMare to go for this anyway. He definitely does favor having the front foot in this matchup, and here we go straight on into it. It's going to be Adept Stalker, rare combination.
Oh, we didn't get to play our game.
Sorry, I can play it next time.
It's because it's been so long. We've had so many gate expands.
I would have got it wrong too.
It's
I feel
all
like
good.
Nice is he feels like a Stalker Sentry kind of guy, you know?
I agree. Like Stalker Sentry or Stalker. So Nice is going to be a little bit more aggressive. There we go. We have 2 more adepts behind the initial 2. He could be working up towards 6 as well. So very aggressive here from Nice. NightMare, he's going for a bit of both. He's looking to get a little bit of scouting information with his 1 adept.
Yeah, NightMare even priming those adepts, giving them a little slap on the gateway just to get warmed up, and is going to be sending those across the map. Now this could actually be, I have seen before, 8 adept openings. It is a good way to punish walls where you can't finish the wall off with a cyber core. There is the potential for that, but it looks like after the 4 units we are going to be making a nexus, and there we go, 5 and 6 adept on the way. He is trying very hard to hide these units, but no, he doesn't get the wall off.
Oh my god, Nice. He wasn't looking, Puppy, and the adept does get in. He does confirm the additional 2 adepts across the map, so NightMare, he can do the math, and he can kind of piece this together.
Yeah, and already 2 of those going down. And I mean, if we have a look back at the base of NightMare, he was actually using a battery to wall off at the top there. And yeah, this can get very dicey here for this opening, because the 8 adepts can actually break through that pylon very quickly.
Yes, exactly. That's the purpose of these adepts. We have 6 in total here for Nice, but he's actually warping another 2, so there we go, 8 adepts in a total. And is there even enough room? There is enough room for a gateway if NightMare is prepared, and if he sees this ahead of time. He's moving out with a couple of stalkers here to get an eye on how many adepts are coming his way.
I think actually he might have to put down 2 to fully wall that off, because he can just break through the pylon. So yeah, this is going to be very interesting. Just punishing NightMare for his odd wall, which funnily enough is the same wall that Nice went for, but actually going to be committing on top of these stalkers. I don't know how this trade's going to work out. It feels like there's enough stalkers to deal with this.
Yeah, typically we don't want to go head to head with adepts against stalkers, and there we go. We have a gateway to fully wall off as well. NightMare fully prepared and was able to think ahead and have enough room here for a gateway to wall off. So far, these adepts haven't really done much for Nice.
Yeah, this hasn't quite worked out, and it all comes back, of course, to that 1 adept that got into the main for NightMare. So very unfortunate mistake there for Nice. Maybe just didn't have the money to make that shield battery at the time, but that does mean that we are going to have a small advantage for NightMare. He did still have some mining denied at the natural.
Yeah, he's been able to delay some mining here. He commits to the shade as well to just focus as many probes as he can. And with this, he's going to be able to take a slight worker lead, but he's behind in the tech. It looks like Nice is working on a follow-up push, by the way, because he warped in a lot of sentries, and we have Immortals on the way. No Twilight Council.
Yeah, interesting. This does feel possibly more defensive, just based on the amount of sentries here. I think he's going to get as much damage as he can against the probes here, and then he's just going to look to hold the counterattack since there's so many stalkers here from NightMare. I love this from NightMare, sending his own shades out at the exact same time so the shade can block the shade of Nice. Very nicely done.
Yeah, nice.
Nice.
Exactly, so he's going to be able to hold on and minimize his losses. He still lost a lot of probes though. What he makes up for the lack of probes, he makes up for in these mass amount of Blink Stalkers. Blink is about to finish up as well, and he has the potential to counterattack. As you were saying, we have shield batteries on the way, we have Immortals as well to make up for the deficit in Stalkers. We have force fields and we have Immortals to make up for that. So in a head-on engagement, NightMare, he's gonna be okay.
Yeah, I really like the army he's put together here. These adepts are a little bit scary though. There is a potential that he could shade up towards that main, and if they do break on through, go for the blink in, but there we go, going to be focusing down these sentries. Doesn't manage to get any yet. Good defense from Nice so far.
Yeah, he was able to wall off his main base as well. The Shades are going to continue to threaten Nice, and he should be able to once again make sure they do not get in. No commitment there from NightMare as well, so great control as he moves on forward. He tries to pick up a Stalker, and he will.
Yeah, there we go. Good force fields coming out, but of course the Stalkers can just blink out of the way there. That does leave a threat though. NightMare doesn't really want to be offensively blinking in with the availability of those force fields, but that's 2 more down the drain, and NightMare behind this pressure is able to get his 3rd, so he is starting to transition this into a bit of a lead. Nice a little bit supply blocked, going for a DT Shrine behind this.
Yeah, Nice is behind. He's stuck on 2 bases. He has to do something to come back, so a Dark Shrine is definitely an answer, but NightMare has his own robo. I believe he made an Immortal as well. Yes, it's a hero back at home, so he has the opportunity to work on some of that detection.
Yeah, I mean, for now, he's just being so annoying with these Shades. Keeping Nice busy, keeping him at home as well. Doesn't manage to take out that pro, but is just keeping so much pressure on. One of those sentries does go down. That's a very nice pick off.
Yeah, very nice snipe there in the end. We do see the Adepts. Okay, there is no commitment. We do have a Prism hiding in the top left-hand corner of the map. The Dark Shrine is going to finish up in a couple of seconds, and we do not have an Observer out for NightMare. He has that Robo, but he's making another Immortal.
Yeah, another Immortal Chrono out charge as well. I do think that charge eventually down the line could be a very nice lead there for him. Should make very good work of these Stalkers and Immortals, but here we go, the first DT warp in, going to be coming down for Nice. Even has a defensive DT as well. I wonder if maybe he doesn't want to show them so soon.
Yeah, I think this is a bit of a mistake that we go in Observers on the way. He showed his hand too early. There was 0 detection for NightMare, and now he's already got an Observer on the way. Oh.
Yeah, and he uses his units here just to wall up. Oh, the wall is not a wall.
The wall is not a wall, but we have a warp in as well. Very quick reactions from NightMare. At the same time, Nice, his army does move in towards that 3rd.
Yeah, really well handled, but NightMare has more than enough to push this back, and it feels like Nice is in a really rough spot here.
Yeah, it really does. I mean, he now has Blink of his own, but NightMare, he's working on a Forge. He has charge in a couple of seconds as well. We'll lose a couple of Stalkers here a little bit needlessly, so Nice is able to punish that a little bit, but his 3rd is so late in comparison.
Yeah, some good pickoffs there, but NightMare been mining off a 3rd for quite a while, even looking here to set down a 4th. That was delayed a little bit by a DT up here, but we do have a replacement probe out here to finish the job, and he has a good amount of pressure coming out behind this.
Yeah, he's got his own Immortal count that's quite high, lower than that of Nice, but he has plenty of Stalkers to make up for that. We have a 4th Immortal coming out from Nice. Ooh, he has a pretty beefy army. He has a couple of shield batteries set up. He will have an overcharge available as well, depending on the angle.
Oh. Yeah, nice moves here by NightMare as well, just poking forward to take out the shields of the Immortals, but big fight going on down. The shield battery doing a lot of work here.
Oh my god, the shield battery does keep the Immortals alive for quite some time, but they go down in the end.
Absolutely fantastic force fields there, sandwiching those Immortals between the force fields and the Zealots. They go down so quickly, and it does feel like this charge timing is just hitting so hard. And what is Nice going to be able to do about this?
What can he do? You know what he does? He snipes the detection. There is no Observer alive for NightMare, so these DTs will eventually clean this up, and they are forcing NightMare back.
Wow, these force fields out of NightMare are incredible, though. He actually bought himself so much time, saved quite a lot of units there.
Yeah, but do we want to fight here? These DTs, they have so much DPS, but here we go. An Observer comes in to reinforce, and finally they get cleaned up.
Yeah, there we go. NightMare can do that trick too. He takes out the Observer of Nice, and Nice in a world of trouble here, desperately trying to form a defense, but there's just not enough here. The charged Zealots for NightMare are too powerful.
They're too powerful. GG. NightMare will take game number 1.
GG, very powerful game coming out from NightMare. Completely shuts down that 8 Adept opening coming out from Nice, and I have to think it all really comes down to that one Adept shade that got into the main of Nice and scouted everything.
Oh yeah, exactly. Like Nice was doing, or he was trying so hard to keep that hidden, to keep that safe, to keep the Adepts hidden from NightMare, but he wasn't able to do that. And as a result, those 8 Adepts, They did kill some probes, don't get us wrong, but I'm sure he would have wanted a little bit more damage to be done there from that. Yeah, and he unfortunately, as a result, he also delayed a lot of his own tech as well.
Yeah, the other thing that was a little bit weird there is, revealing that DT defensively before he sent his DTs in. Considering that there was no observer ready and he had to chrono one out, I can only imagine that if he had sent those offensive DTs in first, they could have got a lot of damage.
I agree. They could have done so much just because there wasn't a safety observer out from NightMare. The observer that he made was definitely a reaction to seeing that first DT. So I do think that it would have been a very different game if he hadn't showed his hand a little bit too early.
Yeah, absolutely. But hopefully the nerves are out of the way. This is, of course, a really big match for both of these players, being an elimination match. Both of these players would be confident, I would feel, to get themselves through the round of 36. They do, of course, have quite a few games ahead of them, but these are both fantastic players. And here we go. We are getting into this one. It is going to be on Gressvan.
Oh yeah, we also didn't really get to talk much about the fact that Nice, he just finished a very long series. He just eliminated Armani, but in a very, very long fashion, and because of that, I'm sure that kind of wore him down a little bit. He was in a 40+ minute game against Armani that went all the way to the ace match. Yeah, hopefully that doesn't kind of weigh on him too much as we get into our next series.
Yeah, I hope so too, because this opponent that he has in the top left-hand corner of the map is a very formidable one. It is the South Korean Protoss in the red. This is NightMare.
And this morning, in the bottom right-hand corner of Gressvan, we have his opponent, the Taiwanese Protoss player representing Good Game Gaming. GGG. It is Nice. Oh. Hey, they're crazy. Gressvan makes it through. Okay. If there was ever a map to try and go for a double adept opener leading in towards 8 adepts, like this wouldn't be a bad map for it.
Yeah, I don't think so. That being said, it is a very long rush distance, but yeah, I feel like it's very hard to wall off your base here. The way that Nice here has not opted to even wall off the ramp kind of makes me feel like he might want to be the aggressor here.
Yeah, I agree. Like, it's very odd. This is very odd building placements here from Nice, and I'm sure it's going to be really suspect. I'm sure things are running through NightMare's mind right now. One, to try and abuse the fact that we have very little Sim City, but also, why? Why is NightMare going for his gateways here in his own main base? What is the reasoning behind this?
Yeah, I mean, the things that come to my mind as well, it could be something to do with just how large this main is. Maybe it becomes a little bit more difficult to protect that ledge if you have your buildings committed to the front and you're kind of split between defending the two different areas. But yeah, it's a bit of a curious one for sure. Yeah,
this is also a really curious second pylon location. NightMare does just check. He crosses his T's, dots his I's, and he does see that second pylon. It isn't going to be proxied, but it also means that, again, any kind of wall is going to be delayed a little bit more. Nice, he does go for a proxy pylon across the map.
Yeah, and that's after throwing down a third pylon inside his base. So NightMare has seen all 3 pylons. He will not be suspecting this at all. This is very well hidden by Nice. And we do see, as you were suggesting, both players going for adepts first. It's going to be a Stargate proxied here for Nice.
Yeah, like, so this is a little bit inefficient from Nice, but again, the point of this is to make sure it remains hidden here, to go for that 4th pylon out on the map. Before that happens, though, can he survive the adept pressure? As 2 adepts are going to be rushing across the map, and walling off this natural is going to be a difficult task. Nice, instead, he's going to be keeping his units here in his main, and he's going for a shield battery.
Yeah, he keeps his adepts at home. This is very interesting. It's almost like he was baiting this.
Yeah, I mean, these adepts still one-shot workers, so it's like, who really got baited? Like, is his brain a little bit too big, you know? Is it pressing up against the skull? As 4 probes... 4 perps go down. Oh, a little bit rough, but at least this Stargate is still hidden. Oh.
Yeah, we do have NightMare looking for it as well. He does realize that, you know, a base hasn't gone down, and we were saying it ourselves. Nice, pretty likely to be the aggressor without that wall off, and there we go. NightMare sees it perfectly on time. He sees that an Oracle is building, so he will be able to rotate his Stalkers around, get them in position. They are already in position in that main base, so Nice is going to be turned back here, and with that Nexus already down for NightMare, he has a really nice lead here.
He really does, but at the same time, here we go. The Adepts do shade on in. NightMare was unable to keep them out of his own main base, and probes are going down.
Wow, really sick micro coming out there from Nice as well. Just poking in and out with that Oracle to force the Stalkers to commit to defending the Oracle rather than fighting the Adepts. That was really cool.
It really was, and as a result, he's able to take a worker lead. His Nexus is still very late. Again, because of the proxy tech, he did sacrifice the timing of his natural base, so he still needs to deal a little bit more damage. He's dipping in once again with his double Oracle. He can one-shot workers, but it's going to take a couple of hits.
Yeah, a fair bit of damage on these Oracles. Does put some good damage down as well. Shows the 2 Oracles as well, so it's going to pin back some units here for NightMare. Did Nice see it? He does see the Prism. He's going to be able to set that Phoenix on it. That is a fantastic catch. This Prism is going to have to be recalled or saved by some Stalkers.
Yeah, at the same time, NightMare is across up. This time, the wall is a wall. Nice is able to completely wall off the main base and be safe from those Adepts. Meanwhile, the Prism is going to go down.
Yeah, the Prism gets taken out. Fantastic value for the Phoenix. The Oracles are brought back home to deal with these Adepts, and it feels like Nice has really turned this one around, and he's gotten himself into a pretty solid position here.
Yeah, not too bad at all, but NightMare, he is still looking to be the aggressor. Looking at the unit tab, we've got 8 Stalkers compared to only 2 Stalkers for Nice. His army value isn't really here. He doesn't have a lot of gateways either. This push is looking quite terrifying.
Yeah, looks like those Oracles actually trying to use himself as bait just to distract NightMare and pull him back. It's really fortunate here for Nice that he was able to take out that Prism, because this would be really dicey without it. But even still, 1 Stalker going down for each side. The probes being brought in to try to fight here.
Yeah, exactly. Can NightMare break the back of Nice? He still has an overcharge up his sleeve. He's forced to pull the boys. More workers are going down across the map as well. No defenses back at home for NightMare.
Yeah, this was absolutely crucial for Nice as he loses probes in the defense. He's forcing Stalker recalls back at home to help deal with this. He gets damage, equalizing damage, potentially even enough damage to get himself back into the lead. It's hard to say here. NightMare does have so much potential with the amount of Stalkers that are on the map. Yeah,
but NightMare, it looks like he thinks that his window has closed. He was trying to actually catch the Phoenix as well as it came back home, but unfortunately he wasn't able to do so. So NightMare, he's just ramping up even more. He is throwing down a Dark Shrine.
Yeah, interesting. He does have an observer in the base of Nice, so he does know that there's no robo, there's no observer. It's just going to be on these Oracles to provide detection, and Oracles are not their most reliable form of detection.
Yeah, exactly. You know, Revelations, there is a finite amount of them, so we'll see how that goes. Meanwhile, the Phoenix survives, and this is huge. The Phoenix, it can slip into the main base. It can potentially scout that Dark Shrine if he does come across in between the bases.
Yeah, this Phoenix being damaged pretty significant, though, does mean it's going to be a lot harder to scout this DT Shrine, and this Shrine has been hidden really well by NightMare. He is going to take out that Phoenix, so the scout has been denied, and he is really being kept in the dark here.
Oh, he really is. As I was like, are we getting a second robo? What? NightMare making a couple of mistakes here and there is going to be going for a 3rd Nexus instead.
I love that. Starts an observer and a robo, and then it's like, wait a minute.
something's not quite right here. Oh, the DTs, they get denied.
Oh, those were DTs. Oh, that's huge.
Oh,
that is absolutely huge. What a fantastic time to move out with those Stalkers. That is such a big deal here for Nice, and that really saves his baker.
I am in shock right now. The DTs have done nothing. They've been revealed. Now we have observers back at home. We have stasis traps being thrown down. We have cannons on the way as well. Nice is fully aware of that tech, and it's just been a waste here for NightMare.
Yeah, absolutely. Nice has the full picture now. He knows that what's going on. These stalkers are going to try to move across the map, but they are outnumbered by the forces of Nice. So the advantage that Nightmare used to have isn't quite going to work out. We do see a few more stalkers going to be coming in here towards that natural, but are they going to be able to get baited into that stasis trap? Looks like not quite.
Yeah, taking advantage of the terrain here on the map, they're able to blink the hell out of there. They get 2 probes for no stalkers, so nice trades overall here for Nightmare, but he's falling further and further behind. Where Nice didn't invest into a Dark Shrine, he invested into a Forge, and he's already got +1. He's working on +2. There's going to be a period here where Nice has 2-0 against 0-0 of Nightmare.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's definitely a big advantage to look for later on down the line. We do see the gateway explosion being started up here for Nightmare. So he is up to 6, 7, almost 8 gates here. And we are a little bit behind that for Nice, just on the 6 gates. But a lot of potential here with any future attacks once that +2 kicks in.
Yeah, exactly. Nice. He's trying to shark around and look for a way in. He has Oracles getting ready to go into the main base. His main army is sharking around as well, and Nightmare just doesn't have enough to really keep up. He has a couple of shield batteries at his third, but and at the same time, the Oracles try to go in, but one of them gets taken down.
Yeah, really nice catch there. Does get the revelation down on the gateways, so is going to have a rough idea of what's going on. Sees that Forge wearing away as well. But there we go. Charge is finished up. So similar to that last game where we saw Nightmare having a bit of a timing with Charge, I think it's going to be Nice's turn to try to break him with a big Charge lot Stalker army.
Yeah, I worry that maybe Nice is going to wait too long because +2 is done in a couple of seconds, but we also have a Templar Archives on the way, so he may be wanting to hit with Archons as well, and he's going to have to wait a little bit longer if that were to happen. And if he does wait longer, the Nightmare, he's going to be able to get this 4th up and running. He's going to be able to get his shield batteries up and running as well.
Yeah, it feels crucial right now for Nice that he gets some kind of scouting, maybe some hallucination scouts going across the map. Nice little scout, good snipe there on that observer, but here we go. We do have the Prism, we do have that Templar Archives and +2 finishing up. It is time to go for Nice. Is he going to be able to break Nightmare's 4th base here, take this best of 3 to a 3rd game?
We'll see. I mean, the shield batteries are done, but Nightmare is lacking in map vision right now. He doesn't know where the main army of Nice is, and he is out of position. At the same time, at Nice, he's waiting for another warp in. There we go. He's waiting for those Archons to be morphed in before he really commits to anything, and this is giving Nightmare time to reroute his army, and he does come across Nice.
Yeah, there we go. Nightmare going to be spotting the Prism, spotting the Archons as well. So should be able to piece together what's going on. Does have shield, 3 shield batteries, very well positioned towards the back of this base. So it's going to be a little bit difficult for Nice to break through here.
It really is, and here we go. A stasis trap is being thrown down. We have a lot of charge outs right now for Nice. For Nightmare, sorry. There we go. Nice bait already with one of those Stalkers.
Yeah, so one of the Stalkers is going to be taken down, does blink into there. The shield battery overcharge has been committed. We see an Archon going down though, so that's a pretty big deal here. Takes out a lot of the power of the army. We see more Archons here for Nightmare, and he is doing a better job protecting them as well.
That's the thing, like pushing into 3 shield batteries and an overcharge, that's a difficult thing to do. We do have another stasis trap behind this. Nightmare was just trying to bait it out, but he did miss that stasis.
Yeah, that was pretty interesting there. We do see Nice just holding back his Zealots for the moment. The Stalkers skirmishing back and forth. Beautiful blink micro coming out from Nightmare. Both players really showing off their micro and control here.
Yeah, exactly. And it's all going to come down to the Disruptor. The first Disruptor does come out. The Nova is not going to connect, but it does buy some time, does zone him out. And there we go. The stasis trap does get utilized by that Archon.
Yeah, triggered here by an Archon. Nice, going to try a different angle here. Does start to rotate around. We do have that second Disruptor there. One Disruptor gets sniped already. Nightmare preemptively trying to juggle some of those key units.
Yeah, and Nightmare fighting without the support of his shield battery. All of his Zealots go down, and now Nice, he can dive on this.
Yeah, we are starting to see that +2 advantage. These Zealots of Nice are absolutely wrecking house.
Exactly, and here come the reinforcements from behind as well. Nightmare just doesn't have enough to charge us. There are just too many of them.
Yeah, the army of Nightmare just evaporates, and Nice was so patient waiting for the perfect moment. He finds it, he destroys the army, takes out the 4th as well, and it feels like with it, the game will be his.
Yeah, exactly. The fights that NightMare had on the right-hand side up here on top of the ramp just wasn't what he needed. Another Nova will commit, but the fourth base just went down. And Nice is expanding behind this. Doesn't have the highest worker count, to be fair. Doesn't have enough to saturate that base. Another Nova's going to go off.
Yeah, Prism going to go down. We do see that Nexus finally being taken out. The numbers starting to look a little bit more close here, but that Archon is going to be going down. Nice little split there, but takes out the Zealots. The Archon going down now as well. It does feel like a little bit of an overextension here by Nice. I think he wants to back off, start to preserve some of his units. Don't leave an opening here for a counterattack with the Disruptors.
Yeah, and if Nice had a fourth that was saturated, then I would say that he was in a really commanding position, but he's actually got a lower worker count than NightMare right now. It looked like he was pretty committed with his push, and NightMare, he's holding on.
Yeah, I mean, we see DTs on the way. We see that Robo Bay just being started up now from Nice, and with it being started up so late, I have to feel like possibly he wasn't expecting to go into a game this late. We do deny the second fourth here, so that's a really nice pick off there, but that disruptor count is starting to get quite scary.
Yeah, especially because, again, Nice doesn't have any disruptors to speak of, so despite NightMare having a bit of a worse army, these disruptors do make up for that, and they can definitely sway a fight in his favor.
Yeah, the way that NightMare's positioning here as well, looks like he's trying to bait out a blink. Nice, not going to be falling for that. Probably helps it. He doesn't have the biggest army himself, but he is just going to be sharking back and forth, trying to find any potential fourth bases. Pretty large map. The fourth bases are pretty far away from each other, so it's a long rotation, but he's just going to continue to trade now.
Yeah, just gonna blink here against the forces of NightMare. We still have a lot of disruptors behind this, so Nice can never really fully commit to a big fight, but the Dark Shrine is done, and he's actually working even on Blink for his DTs.
Yeah, there we go. So there is a potential to have those Blink TGs jump in and take a fourth, but these trades are starting to get a bit more one-sided. NightMare breaking through another offensive Blink, and all these Stalkers are so low for Nice.
Yeah, NightMare, his Blink control was just too damn good. Meanwhile, the DTs do go across the map, but we do have a warp in. The Stalkers, oh my god, are barely able to hold on here. The DTs do slip by, but we already had cannons in the mineral lines.
Yeah, there's Jenny Craig. DT is going to be slipping on through that gap there, but we do have cannons everywhere. We have a lot more disruptors coming through. He is going to try to take out that Cybercore, but nope. That disruptor going to be putting an end to that, and I do worry for Nice what his next step is going to be. Those Blink DTs could be a nice way to snipe out that fourth, but if any of these disruptor balls land, he's going to be in huge trouble. Oh
my god, a little bit of miscontrol here from Nice. He's going to lose 3-4 more Stalkers for free there. They just weren't quite with that main army. Meanwhile, 4 more DTs are warped in here to try and hit that triangular third base. There is a cannon available, but with Blink, they can make short work of that cannon.
Yeah, this game is getting so intense. The Blink jumps in on top of those cannons. The shield battery overcharge isn't there in time. We're going to be seeing a lot of these units go down, but the Observer is in position. In position. It's in position.
There we go. He gets in position. At the same time, there was a bit of a window there for Nice to move in, but he does back up with his own army. He's working on his own disruptors. 10 probes just went down. Nice able to maintain his economic lead, and he is catching up in the disruptors.
Yeah, so suddenly we have ourselves a game. It really does feel neck and neck between these two players. That upgrade advantage being pretty close to tied up. We don't see +3 on the way just yet for NightMare, but here we go. Going to be charging in, trying to deny this third. The shield battery is taken out. Second shield battery going to be going down as well with that pylon deny on the disruption. They get sniped just in time.
Yeah, they almost connected with the Novas, with the disruptors of NightMare, but he's barely able to hold on here. He was completely out of position for this engagement, and Nice still trades better, but because of all these disruptors, NightMare holds.
I need a breath. If that Disruption Nova had landed on the disruptors over NightMare, we could have seen the end of this game just like that. But NightMare with Nerves of Steel blinks on top of those disruptors, takes them out before they can deal that game-ending damage.
Yeah, exactly. But you know what? Nice isn't done. He's going for a bit of a Zealot DT hit squad. There's plenty of stack defense here, so NightMare should be okay, but his forces are being distracted. Oh my god, but who's getting distracted? The Novas, they connect!
Yeah, great connections there. Not losing disruptors, fortunately, but NightMare able to hold on there. Really good split of the army, good attention as well. So Nice now is still ahead. He has a pretty good supply lead, but Man, with these disruptors on the field, anything can happen now.
Yeah, exactly. Both players have to be oh so careful here with their army control, with their movement. Nice is expanding and taking a 5th base behind this. NightMare is still stuck only on 4. But again, it just all comes down to the army control. It comes down to these disruptors. As Nice is being pretty cavalier with them. He's moving forward, trying to bully NightMare back.
Yeah, I do like that NightMare backed away from the smokestacks over there.
Yeah.
Doesn't really want to play with that.
Yeah, like the lack of vision is terrifying. There could be a disruptor waiting to dive on you. We do see once again Nice rotating over towards that 3rd base. No disruptors here for NightMare, so he doesn't have the strongest defense.
Yeah, and I mean, this could be another situation where Nice could send that disruption Nova around the corner, but he is a little bit worried that he's being surrounded here. That Observer's in a fantastic position to spot this rotation.
Oh my god, Nice sees everything. He sends out the Nova. Oh. Hold me, Papi.
This is terrifying.
Oh my god. Oh, another Nova almost connecting, but nice reactions there from NightMare. Again, at some point, he's got to be wondering what's going on. How does he always know when I'm moving in? How does NightMare see everything?
Yeah, we've got to be really careful around these little smoke screens here. I feel like these two players, they are getting closer and closer to having these two armies show down. Who will blink first?
Oh my god. I mean, Nice did lose. He did lose one of his disruptors there, but NightMare, he wants to dive. He wants to try and catch some of these disruptors. We do have the Novas that are going to be going off here, and they connect.
My goodness. That's terrifying.
He has no fear.
He doesn't commit to that blink. No fear whatsoever. Looks like Nice shot first that time. I really like this engagement. Looks like both players just trying to work out the best way to do this. I really like that little move by NightMare, baiting out the disruptor versus disruptor fight and then trying to blink on the other one. And this is such a fascinating battle between these two players.
Oh my god, the balls are real, mate. Meanwhile, we do have a couple of DTs coming out to harass, but the defenses are just a little bit too damn good. The Novas once again forcing another blink from NightMare. He doesn't take anything to the face, but oh my god, in the midst of all of this, Nice is transitioning. He has carriers on the way.
He does have carriers on the way, but that makes this even more scary because NightMare has just been pumping Stalkers. Going to be some huge Novas there. The disruptor's going down for Nice. He has to be really careful as he is being zoned away from his base now.
Yeah, it looks like this 4th base may be completely gone at this point. The carrier count isn't at its critical mass. More Novas are going to be connecting, just continuing to zone Nice away.
Yeah, Nice are warping in those zealots in the face of danger. The Novas are going to be taking them out, and Nice just desperately trying to get down here to defend his base. The base will be going down as we do see a few more Novas connecting. The carrier count not quite at the level yet where it can be too much of a threat.
Oh my god, not quite yet. Meanwhile, we do have a mass amount of DTs in the main base of Nice. They're trying to get on top of the production. Before that happens, though, there's still a bit of a skirmish here between the disruptors.
Yeah, another disruptor going to be going down, trading a disruptor for disruptor, trying to threaten with those blink. Stalkers blink on cooldown now, so a couple more of those Stalkers going to be going down the cannons, trying to take out the disruptors. Nice shoots first once again.
Yeah, I think maybe NightMare may be overstaying his welcome here, but at the same time, he wants to try and distract this army.
This is absolutely insane. This war of mental attrition between these two players. We do see Nice is charging on forward. He is the second one to shoot there. We do see NightMare blinking on out. Some of these Stalkers starting to be traded out for Nice as he starts to bank up these carriers. He does have a 4th base down. The 5th base is started up for NightMare. So it does feel like NightMare going to be pretty all in on these carriers.
Oh, but NightMare's being a little bit too careless with his army. He loses a lot of his ground forces. And there's no transition, there's no Stargate as a response. He's still just going pure mass blink Stalker.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be such a tricky army to control. What is a really nice advantage, good advantage for Nice here is he does have those disruptors underneath the carriers. That does mean that NightMare can't just blink under the carriers and take them out that way.
Exactly. These disruptors are a great supportive unit for these carriers, and that carrier count is getting higher and higher. We have 6 carriers already.
Ooh. Good connection there with the Novas coming out from NightMare, continuing to stop Nice from taking this 5th base that he desperately is trying to get up here.
Yeah, but you know what? NightMare actually is unaware of the base towards the north. He doesn't know that this is a 5th. He doesn't know that another base has been taken. So the longer this goes on, I feel like it's still looking better for Nice.
This is almost comical. Just both of these players daring each other to blink, and Nice has had enough. He's going to be moving across the map, but NightMare, he says, you have to play my game. You have to stay back here. We're just going to throw balls at each other.
We really are. And you know what? NightMare had a bit of a better engagement there. He does connect a lot more with his disruptors. These stalkers are not, they're having an okay time dealing with the interceptors, but the carrier count, it's hitting critical mass. I just don't know if we really have an answer to it.
Ooh, that one shot getting very close here. It's important for Nice that he does preserve his disruptors here. But this carrier count, as you were mentioning, is starting to get really scary. We do see an offensive blink in. That does mean a few of these are going to be going down to these disruptors. These carriers getting really good damage, and NightMare doesn't really seem to have an answer for them. I don't think there's enough stalkers left right now.
Yeah, he lost 4 to 5 stalkers to kill 1 carrier, and I don't know if that was really worth it in the end. But we'll see if he can take a bit of a better trade here. He's falling back to his bases. He's falling back to his shield batteries.
Yeah, we can see Nice just growing in confidence here. Going to be jumping straight on top of these disruptors. Good blink out of the way. Oh, and the disruptors charge forward. He's going to be losing every single one of those to the Archons, but he's trying to take out the carriers. Is he going to be able to take those out with the stalkers?
I don't think he has enough stalkers, mate. It was a close battle. He came from every single angle. Look at how many observers he has. Oh my god. But every stalker for NightMare is going to go down.
Wow, and Nice clutches out another long, stressful game.
Oh my god. GG, well played. Nice. Is able to survive the transition to carriers, able to dance with death for quite a long time there in those disruptor battles, able to fight a bit of an uphill battle despite having a lower disruptor count overall, and what a game.
Man, I want to know how many disruptor balls were shot out in that game.
Yeah.
It's got to be some kind of record.
Jesus.
As, yeah, both players very keen to get straight into this game right now. Hopefully for them, not going to be quite as long and difficult of a game, because that would have you on the edge of your seat freaking out.
Yeah, definitely, you know, but that's just PvP, you know, these players, I'm sure they're used to it, probably. They like it. As we are going to be loading on in, I did also want to point out the way that NightMare plays. It's what I love about him, but it's also a bit of a flaw as well. NightMare, he excels in the mid game. And we saw that he refused to transition. He refused to try and go into his own Stargates, his own Skytoss. That's just not his play style. This applies to him in some of the other matchups as well. He wants to try to make this more mid-game composition work, and at times, he still can overcome.
Yeah, I mean, his Stalker Disruptor control was absolutely brilliant in that last game, but the player across from him was more than up to the task. Here he is in the bottom right-hand corner of the map. Give it up for the Taiwanese Protoss in the blue. This is Nice.
And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Neo Humanity, we have the South Korean Protoss player himself. It is NightMare.
There we go. Nice, of course, representing here. Good Game Gaming has been showing some very good games for them as well in the World Team League.
Yeah.
You know, got to show good games for the fans.
Good games, and he's gaming. It's crazy.
Yeah, he's an absolute gamer. You see the amount of balls that got thrown out. You can't do that if you're not a gamer.
It's true. It's very true. It's very true. But Nice has been really excelling here. Despite being from a smaller region, he has been taking down some big names. Even in Home Story Cup, he took some games off of Clem, if you recall. So Nice is definitely one that can go toe-to-toe with the best of them. But in a PvP, things can get wild, especially a PvP on a Neo Humanity of all maps.
Yeah, absolutely. I think both of these players will probably want a slightly easier path to victory here. We do see Nice actually sneaking out a probe here. Is it going to be looking to maybe hide that second pylon?
Yeah, interesting movement here. We do have Nice, yep, throwing down that proxy pylon out on the map. At the same time, NightMare is a little bit paranoid about that gold wall.
Yeah.
So I see something's been done to NightMare on the lap.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, who hurt you, Nightmare? I would love to see what has happened to him before on this map because I can't really picture it. I'm guessing what could have happened potentially is, I'm trying to think, maybe if you put a pylon there, you could put a gateway on the other side and then whoop stuff straight over the hill.
I was thinking proxy gateways, and maybe even you get that pylon as well, like you were, sorry, the gas geyser as well, and you mine it out and you just, I don't know, proxy 4 gate or something crazy like that.
Flower? Yeah.
Yeah, why not? But that's all we're seeing here. Nice is going for a proxy Stargate over towards the left-hand corner of the map, and NightMare, he is looking for it.
Yeah, NightMare's searching very hard for that. Not the biggest map, so it won't be too much ground to cover. He will eventually come across that. Behind this, going to be going for that Robo in response. So seeing the same set of builds as we did in that last game, but this proxy Stargate a little bit further out.
Yeah, exactly. A bit of a pseudo proxy here from Nice. It's meant to be hidden, it's meant to be a surprise, but it's not the most exposed Stargate either. And we'll see if NightMare can actually make use of his build. Oh my god, he's throwing down a 3rd gateway, by the way, so 3 gates. Warp Prism Aggression gonna be coming out from NightMare.
Yeah, he is geared up to go for a 3-gate robo on the 1 base here, and I do worry a little bit for Nice. Nice has been quite greedy. Took his Nexus off only 2 gateway units, so usually with this opening you would see a few more gateway units than that. He is throwing down that robo as well defensively. Definitely going to help him out in this situation if he has to make some immortals.
Definitely, but NightMare, he's basically setting up to go for more so a 1 base all in, to be honest. This observer is going to confirm, by the way, looking at the vision of Nice, he saw the robo, he sees the lack of natural, he hasn't seen the 3rd gateway, but the lack of natural is a massive tell, so Nice, all he has to do is defend.
Yeah, there we go, we do see a 2nd shield battery. Was going to be going down. Maybe he's changing his mind. Maybe looking to drop one down up the top here. I guess he is a little bit short on money. Okay, there we go. We do see the Immortal being prioritized over that 2nd shield battery. It is going to be going down once he has that going, but the attack is already here. NightMare about to get his next warp in, and this is going to be a very scary moment here.
It really is. I mean, Nice is working on a 3rd gateway so he can match the production of his opponent. NightMare is looking to bypass this. I mean, he has the sentry. He can go for the force field on the ramp.
Man, there's no vision here. Nice has to get in position here. The force field, it's a little bit late. Nice is trapped on the low ground. He will be trying to squeeze on through. Just can't get there. So these units are in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, exactly. But that force field is about to run out. Has NightMare done enough with his time? And I don't think he has. The Immortal is going to push his back.
Yeah, I don't think so. It's looking like Nice is going to survive. And yeah, Nice has gone quite greedily into this Nexus. NightMare actually starting to transition out. So it looks like he recognizes this isn't quite working here. Great multitasker there. Does spot out that stasis trap before it can do any damage.
Oh yeah, NightMare does react beautifully to that. At the same time, the pressure is on NightMare to deal even more damage. He does go straight into the main base. He's trying to pull apart some of these units. He's going to be able to get into the mineral line with these lefts. He's going to be able to pick up some probes.
That's very cute. Just put that unit in there in the SimCity, blocking off those stalkers from helping out these probes. So 3 probes going to be going down, but that doesn't quite equalize things here. Nice, still a little bit ahead in the probe count.
Yeah, definitely. With this Oracle, he's not going to be able to do too much more here. It looks like NightMare has recognized that he doesn't want to overextend, and he has done whatever damage he could. He's going to back off and let Nice be, and things are going to settle down from here, but Nice is going to have a window. He's going to have an opportunity to counterattack because he's getting his own prism out, and he even forces a recall.
Yeah, that's a very good pick off there. Does mean that he is going to be, you know, safe to move across the map. Doesn't have to worry about that. He does have these 2 Immortals coming out as well, so that can be a little bit scary, but looks like instead he's going to use it to establish himself a 3rd.
Yeah, like Nice has some options here. He can either counterattack with these Immortals and maybe try and break NightMare, but if the defensive position is just too good, Nice, he doesn't want to risk it, so he's looking to try and expand instead.
Yeah, absolutely. Behind that, where he does have a Twilight Council going down, the Blink is going to be started up a little bit earlier for NightMare once again. But the two Immortals being sent across the map to try to get some damage. This could be a little bit scary. If he hangs around for too long and Blink does finish up, I could definitely see this going horribly wrong. So he's going to have to be careful though.
NightMare has control of the watchtower. He saw this. He's looking to try and intercept, but he doesn't have Blink, and it looks like the Stalkers are just a couple seconds too late.
Oh, and this is going to backfire horribly. The Stalkers are not in position to help deal with this yet, but we do have enough Stalkers hanging back to try to deal with this. The two Immortals should be able to deal with 3 Stalkers quite effectively.
Yeah, exactly. Stalkers are going to go down left and right. NightMare just doesn't have what he needs here to defend.
Wow.
His main army is going to be coming up the ramp, but he's already experiencing some losses. At the same time, he does counterattack with some Adepts.
Yeah, and that distracts Nice. He loses an Immortal there. So what was going to be a fantastic trade, taking out 3 Stalkers for free, not so good anymore. And now there's Adepts getting on top of these probes. And the force field not really going to be working too well in the favor of Nice. Ooh, that was very interesting.
oh god.
He trapped like 20 probes between those 2 force fields.
Jesus.
It's a clown car force fields.
Oh my god. So a lot of lost mine time there. A lot of probes are going to be going down at the same time. This Oracle is going to be shoot away. Oh, is going to get sniped actually. And after all said and done, NightMare, he's slowly clawing his way back into this. He's still not quite there yet. We just see Nice is getting fully saturated at his 3rd base, but NightMare has been able to come back in some way.
Yeah, I mean, we see both players using those sentries to get that little bit of extra scouting. Very important to have 2 or 3 sentries in this matchup so you can get that constant scouting going, keep an eye on what your opponent's doing. Nice does have a small economic lead, actually a pretty decent economic lead at this point, but at the same time, yeah, having a look at the tech structures, it's not like any one player has any considerable lead. I mean, we still have the option for disruptors, we have the option for DTs as well. We do see NightMare throwing down a much earlier Robo Bay than that of his opponent.
Yeah, I was about to bring that up. I love this from NightMare. He may have later upgrades as +1 just starts for Nice, but NightMare, he is rushing into disruptors, and with this faster tech, like this may just be what he needs to take this game.
And he wants to do it again. I mean, in that last game, I don't know how much Street Fighter you've played live, but sometimes when you have your Ryu against Ryu, you have people who, they don't really want to learn how to play the game. They just learn Hadouken and they just sit there and they do their Hadouken, Hadouken. They just send that ball out over and over again, and it looks like NightMare. He wants to play a bit of Ryu today.
Oh, let's go, Buffy, let's go. Especially with double Robo production as well. So he is doubling down on these disruptors. And for the time being, Nice is in the dark. He's going for a bit of hallucinated scout now, and there we go. He's finally going to get eyes on the additional robos.
Yeah, so 2 robos being spotted. Is even going to see the disruptors themselves over here at that 3rd. He does have his own 4th getting up much sooner, so is he going to be up to the task to play dodgeball right now as he does throw down his own Robo Bay? Has that charge and +1 on the way, as those extra gases are going to help him a lot when it comes to this disruptor war. I think we are going to be seeing it once again, though.
Let's go, Poppy. Mate, really, that's the best part of PvP, okay? This is what we all want. It's what we all are craving for, is those Protoss disruptors. We do see that, like, Nice is a pretty fortified position here, though. Like, he has the high ground. He's already knocked down the rocks as well. NightMare is going to have a hard time pushing in towards this fresh base. Maybe he can find a bit of a different angle. He's trying to take control of these Zelnagas. He's trying to keep Nice in the dark.
You know what would be funny is, in Street Fighter again, if you have 2 Hadokens hit each other, they cancel each other out. Yeah. Should have the 2 disruptors when the 2 balls hit each other, it just cancels. Or it doubles in size.
Yeah, oh my god. As here we go, NightMare is trying to force his way up this ramp, but we do have a shield battery overcharge. Oh my god, the Nova does connect with the Immortals.
Yeah, overcharge not going to be saving you from that. Fantastic force fields as well. We do see a Nice with some very good War Prism Micro is going to be saving that Immortal from a horrible fade there. But I don't know what you do to save this base with the disruptors zoning you out.
Yeah, exactly. The shield batteries are going to be going down. This timing with the disruptors is just a little bit too good. Nice, he doesn't have enough.
Nice's army is evaporating before his very eyes, and with that, his hopes in the round of 36 of Katowice. Is he going to be able to make this defense? And Immortal goes down as well as a few more Stalkers. The base is going to have to be given up. He's trying desperately to snipe out these Disruptors, but huge blink comes out from NightMare. GG is called, and NightMare takes the 2-1.
GG, well played. NightMare is able to come back into this series. He shows how to really handle these Disruptors. And he takes it 2-1. He eliminates Nice from IEM Katowice.
Yeah, just like that, NightMare with the beautiful timing with the Disruptors is able to take him down. And unfortunately, that means we will be saying goodbye to Nice.
Yeah, it's bittersweet here. Like, NightMare, he played a beautiful PvP, something that we don't get often enough, in my opinion. Disruptor battles, of course. But Nice, he fought so hard to get here. We touched on it before, and I'm sure people that were watching the mainstream have their thoughts on it. But but Nice did have a very long extended series against Armani. He fought so hard to get to this round. But unfortunately, it was not meant to be. His run does end here.
Yeah, unfortunate indeed. After an insane, I think it was a 40-minute game against Armani, wasn't it? And yeah, just like that, we do say goodbye. So NightMare, the PvPs don't end for him, and the PvPs with the balls don't end for him, because he goes up against the Disruptor Master himself, Zaun.
Oh, let's go, puppy. NightMare versus Zaun is going to be insane. It's going to be the PvP that follows this. I believe it's going to be covered by the C stream. I'm not entirely sure about that. But yeah, keep an eye out for another PvP. If you haven't had enough Disruptors, you're gonna get more there. You're gonna get your fill.
Yeah, I think you will definitely be seeing a bit of Disruptor wars going down there between those two Korean Protosses. But we do have a lot more games to look forward to. We do have those qualifying matches, of course, in that upper bracket coming out very soon as well.
Oh yeah, exclamation mark B in the chat if you guys want to have a look at the bracket yourselves. Laser is going to be going up against Classic, and Cure is going up against Spirit in a TVT. And I believe Ryung and Cham are currently battling it out over on one of the other streams as well. Oh, they're actually in the ace match. Oh my god.
Man, they are 1-1, and the ace match is on Neo Humanity. Only a madman like Cham would let that through. And I have to say, as a Terran, if I had a Zerg letting Neo Humanity through, I would be terrified of what they have prepared for that map.
Fear the Cham, Bobby. I can feel the swarm host already. But yeah, that is wild. So make sure to check that out. What stream is that on, by the way? Is that mainstream?
I believe that is Beowulf and Steadfast, so B stream, I think.
There you go. So check that out over on the B stream. A lot of amazing StarCraft will continue to be shown tonight. The entire bracket will conclude tonight. We won't get into the group stage yet, so we only have a couple of matches remaining. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 more series are remaining here tonight.
Yeah, but plenty on the line. That is all the qualifying matches, the big best of fives with everything on the line that are going to be coming up there for you. So especially that top bracket, a Laser, Classic, Cure, Spirit, they have 2 chances here to qualify in best of fives. And I mean, that is quite a task that they've got ahead of them. They've already played quite a few games, and if they do drop out, if they are the loser in the first best of 5, they have another best of 5 ahead of them. It's going to be a bit of a long day for them.
That's the thing, right? That's the thing about these weekend events or these kind of multi-layered tournaments, is that it is a bit of an endurance test. Your stamina is going to be tested here, and you've got a lot of StarCraft to play throughout the entire week. Not just today, but players that do advance on from this stage move on to the group stage, and the group stage is played throughout like 3 days. So,
yeah.
Oh boy, it's a lot of StarCraft to be played.
Yeah, I mean, whichever key it is that NightMare uses to fire his Disruption Novas, I hope it is well oiled. I hope he brought a few replacement keycaps with him.
Yeah.
Maybe if he's firing those out with V, he just has, just a backpack full of V keys.
That'd be amazing. He opens up his backpack and just V
Just
spill
falls
out.
Yeah.
Oh my god. He's crazy.
He's like, you weren't supposed to see that.
I'm picturing that happen at like the airport. Like the TSA agent is like,
I have to explain that.
Yeah. Oh,
it's like I use these to fire balls that explode.
Oh no, don't say that to a TSA agent. Oh god. Regardless, GG and well played to both of our players, to all the players that did play tonight. We had a lot of amazing series. We apologize for some of the downtime that we had. We had like an over an hour-long break at one point, so not the most ideal, but regardless, we got here in the end, and thank you so much, Asher, for joining me today and for being a part of this. Again, we've been the CranKy Ducklings. We've been casting IEM Katowice. We've been like the D stream for a couple of years now, a couple of years running in a row. But I believe this is your first time here, Asher. So yeah, thank you for being a part of this. Thank you.
Thank you. Always a pleasure to cast with you, and we had some really fun games today.
Oh yeah, we had not enough Zerg for my taste, but it's okay. It's
the perfect amount of Zerg for my taste.
You're like, it's okay, man. You're gonna get plenty more Zergs in the rest of the tournament.
You get to sit back and relax and watch them win the tournament.
Let's go, Puppy. Let's go. So yeah, with that, we bid you adieu for the D stream. Unfortunately, ESL only required us for a single day, the first day of IEM Katowice. The rest of the days are going to be covered by the main stream, the B stream, and the C stream. So they got you covered. Steadfast, Behemoth, Cats, and Kelazur. They are all amazing casters, and they got you covered with the rest of the matches.
Yeah, absolutely. You are in good hands there for the rest of those days, but thank you very much, everyone who was able to join us today.
Yeah, definitely. We will definitely pick one of those matches to raid. We may just raid Ryung versus Champ if it's still going on by the time we head out. But before that happens, Asher, some people watching may not be too familiar with you, so why don't you let the people know a little bit more about yourself and where they can find you?
Oh, well. It's been a little while and since I last streamed, but the pressure is on now. So I do play Terran, Grandmaster on the NA ladder, streaming occasionally, quite a bit less these days, but might have to get back into it after this opportunity for the shout out. But yeah, twitch.tv/AsherBro for that one. And where can they find you, Mr. Light?
Oh, yes, Mr. Asher. I was about to say that, I'm sure you're a little bit inspired as well. You said it yourself, I think it was the Gresvan game, Coffee versus Zaun. Maybe it'll help you embrace some of these other maps. But yes, you can follow me at light_VIP on Twitch and Twitter. Likewise, I also haven't streamed too much recently. I usually do stream some Zerg ladder gameplay if you're interested in that sort of thing. Master barely master gameplay, not GM like Asher here. But I'll get back into it with this patch. I'm sure I can win some games. I'll do my best, Poppy. I'll do my best. And I'll try and stream throughout the week, maybe next week as well. I do plan on absolutely ruining my sleep schedule just for IEM Katowice. Let's go. Oh.
Yeah, there we go. So hopefully we'll see the light VIP streams coming back after Katowice. If we do have a Zerg champion, I'm sure you'll be feeling all that passion reviving.
Yeah, let's go. Oh god. Meanwhile, if you're watching and if you enjoyed our casting and if you want some more of it, if you want some unfiltered, uncensored, uncut CranKy Ducklings, because we were a little bit more buttoned up today.
Hinged.
Hinged, yes, as opposed to unhinged. You can follow us here on the CranKy Ducklings. We do stream and cast throughout the week. Of course, we've been casting a little bit less recently because all the events were postponed because of Katowice, because of the World Finals. But we do cast throughout the week, weekly tournaments like OSC King of the Hill, ESL Open Cups. We're going to be casting the Ascension tournament, which is European focus. So if you're interested in that, we got you covered next week. We also cover some replays as well. We've been covering the Home Story Cup games and the DreamHack games as well. So yeah, we try and be live as often as we can. We also have a podcast, a StarCraft related podcast that we are trying to make regular. So if you are interested, if you're maybe a little bit sad that the Pylon show isn't regular anymore, and if you want to listen to some people talk about StarCraft, then we're gonna try and do that. We'll see. We're definitely gonna have an episode after IEM Katowice, talking about the tournament, talking about the event, talking about the offline portion as well, because Kuro is there at the event right now as a referee, so she can give us some behind the scenes info, and we can talk about the non-ZVZ finals that are gonna happen. Asher.
Yeah, I mean, if you want something to look forward to in that podcast that we will be having at the end of Katowice, if, of course, that grand final doesn't have a Zerg in it, I will be eating my words and eating a Vegemite ice cream sandwich.
There you go. I don't think there's gonna be like a non-Zerg in there isn't gonna be a Zerg in the finals, so I think you're gonna be okay. But if there's like a TVT finals or a TVP or something crazy like, or even a PvP, that'd be wild. I don't think we've had a PvP finals in Katowice since like Hero versus SOS back in the day. But if it does happen, Asher, get ready.
It'll be so gross, but
oh my god,
I don't think it's gonna happen.
We'll see. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for the support. Be sure to check out some of the other streams that are currently broadcasting IEM Katowice. We'll give them a raid. Thank you so much. Asher, do you have anything you want to say before we head off for the night?
No, just that I'm going to be getting a snack and joining you all in that ASL stream.
Let's go, Bobby. Let's go. Thanks everyone for watching. We'll see you guys next time. Enjoy Katowice.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Making history. Absolutely phenomenal.
And Ace is the champion of the Intel Extreme Masters World Finals.
Storm's still not quite done. MC is going to take this fight, though. 3 seconds left.
Last 2 rounds of Asher's got to start it well for ESC.
And this is a massive move for Zez, but he's not content with just a Nexus kill. He wants to win.